Hey everybody, Chris and Tim here with White Whale Real Estate in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. As you can see, we're in a bit of an island traffic jam right now. The drawbridge just went down, so things should be getting back to a normal slow pace here in just a couple minutes. But we wanted to talk to you today about buying a second home, whether you're moving from out of state or you're still local in Florida. Buying a second home is a big decision, so we wanted to come with you at 5 things you need to know before buying your second home. You want to kick it off with number one?
Kick it off. Number one, how big of a house do you need? Do you need to have 10 bedrooms so that all the family and friends can come visit?
Lots of room to run.
You got your aunties, your nephews, your nieces, your grandbabies,
the cousins you never talk to,
or the cousins you do talk to, or you're just looking for a place that you and your significant other can get away to, maybe live seasonally, be snowbirds. So number one, make sure you know how many bedrooms and baths that you need, how big the garage is. Are you going to leave a car down here or not? And do you plan on buying any island toys like golf carts or Vespas or bicycles or anything like that? Second thing to consider is, can you use the property for what you intend? So if you do want to be a snowbird, do you intend on renting out this property for the other part of the year that you're not living here? In New Smyrna, at least, there's certain zones where you can and cannot do short-term rentals. So if you want to rent out short-term, make sure you call a local realtor, White Whale Real Estate, so we can verify for you that you're able to rent it out as you intend. Also, an extra step that a lot of homeowners don't know is that at least here, you have to get a certificate of occupancy from the building department and then a business tax receipt, which is an extra step before renting your property that a lot of homeowners don't consider.
Right, and definitely a good point. We have run into some people that have recently bought around here where they have thought they were going to be able to use their property for rental income, and it's not in the correct zoning, and the city put a kibosh to it, so they're not able to get that second income, which allowed them to actually get the house in the first place. So turned into a bit of a mess. So just make sure that you do your due diligence before.
And these are not our clients, because we do all the due diligence before that. So
little disclaimer there.
Make sure, make sure that whatever you buy, it's going to be able to be used for what you plan to use it for.
So we're on number 3 now. The third thing to consider and make sure you're aware of is kind of when's the right time in life to buy your second home. So according to the realtor.coms and all the other realtor sources, everything says between 50 and 60 is kind of the sweet spot age range to be buying your second home. The reasons for that is because you have the work history to show. Most 50 and 60 year olds have had the same job for a while. Usually credit's good where it needs to be, and it's just kind of set them up a little bit more financial success so that they are able to get a loan pretty easy, as opposed to when you're retired and you don't have that steady stream of income coming in. The bank doesn't like that as much, so 50 to 60 seems to be the sweet spot.
Now if you're 30 and you're loaded, you have a whole bunch of money and you're ready for your second house, it doesn't
or
mean
third,
you
fourth,
can call us, or fifth, but that is what everything is saying, and it's good because you have that history.
And I would say that does ring pretty true too, because most of our clients that we're working with that are buying second homes are in that 50 to 60 age range, and it's just kind of that sweet spot of transitioning and starting to set roots down in a new spot, and transitioning from almost retired to being fully retired and having a spot to go to.
Yeah.
And number 4?
Number 4.
Costs, upkeep, maintenance.
That's it. Thanks. That's why we work together. So when you buy a property, if you're not planning on being down here all the time, or even if you are, you have your maintenance costs. So are you going to be in an HOA like we talked about in our last video? How much of those expenses are going to be covered? And you just want to make sure that you account for all of these expenses that you're going to have year round on your second property. When you buy, a lot of people, it's kind of easy to overlook some of those extra expenses. Do you need to have pressure washing done? Is there a
security
system,
lawn maintenance? Yeah.
So just make sure that, and we'll obviously help you with this, but make sure that you have a clear, concise amount and list of what needs to be taken care of in that department.
Yeah, so definitely something to consider up front before you're moving, and the budget cost. It's very easy to get excited, especially when you see Tim and I showing nice, beautiful homes, and you're ready to go and live on the beach and the river, and forget about that. It is going to cost you some extra to keep the lawn maintenance or HOA fees or whatever it is you choose. I will say condos do have a little bit higher HOA, but they do have a little bit more peace of mind knowing that it's very low maintenance, almost next to zero on your end, and making sure everything's
Some people call
taken
it
care
like, we
of.
don't want a yard.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
if you're one of those people, we can find you a place without a yard.
And the last thing to know, consider, number 5 is everybody always asks us, how much money do I need to have to be able to get a second home? Now, everybody's finances are different, but rule of thumb across the board from the mortgage lenders that we talk with, they all recommend to have at least 10% to put down for your new mortgage for your second home. That is unless, of course, you're paying cash. In that case, it doesn't matter at all. But if you are financing like most of us, it's recommended to have 10% down. Just going to put you in a good sweet spot. And because it will be a second home, you won't be able to take advantage of any FHA financing with lower down payments. But again, everybody's finances are different, so you could have a little bit less, more. But 10% is kind of a good sweet spot to keep in mind.
And if you're looking for a local lender in our area, we have a few professionals that we could recommend you to that are really just dive more deeply into your personal situation and figure out what's going to be best for you moving forward.
Definitely. As you can see, we're sitting in front of 2 of the premier condos in New Smyrna Beach, your Diamond Head. They're located right on the Intercoastal River, and they've got the drawbridge right next to it as well. And I'm not sure, are there any units available in it right now? Or
I'm not 100. I think there may be 1 or 2. If they're either on the market or they just went contingent, because I just saw some go up not too long ago.
Either way, we'll put a link in the description for you to check it out, or
if
somewhere
you
you
look
can
at them. And some of them in there also have boat slips that come along with it too.
Just our friendly
There we go.
neighborhood.
Another daily neighborhood.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you may be a local if.
Right.
Well, anyways, guys, White Wheel Real Estate, Instagram, Facebook, we're online. Please reach out to us if there's anything that we can do for you, and have a great week.
And don't forget, like, subscribe, follow. Let us know what
subscribe,
videos you want to see, whether it be being on the beach, the river, out in the woods, doesn't matter. Let us know. Tim and I will make it happen.
Yep.
Talk to you guys soon.